There are war colleges in fantasy that train heroes. And then there is Basgiath. Basgiath War College doesn't train heroes, it selects survivors. And even survival is never guaranteed. Welcome to Crimson Pages. Tonight, we're stepping into the world of Fourth Wing, the dark, brutal, breathtaking universe Rebecca Yarros built around dragons, war, and the kind of love that could burn everything down. If you haven't read the books yet, no spoilers past book 1. If you have, you already know why this world lives in your head rent-free. Let's begin. The world of Fourth Wing is called Navarre, and on the surface it looks almost noble. A kingdom protected by wards, ancient magical barriers that keep monsters called Venin from crossing the borders and destroying everything inside. A military built around riders and their dragons. A system that has held for centuries. But systems built on secrets have a way of cracking. Navarre is divided into two groups of people that could not be more different from each other. The riders, elite, bonded to dragons, feared by everyone. And the infantry, the ones who fight on the ground, bleed in the mud, and die without anyone writing songs about them. The divide between these two worlds is not just social, it is architectural. Riders live above, infantry lives below. Even the college itself is built to remind you of your place. Basgiath War College sits at the heart of this system. Every year, young people walk across the Parapet, a narrow, crumbling stone bridge with no railing, hundreds of feet above the ground. Some make it across, some fall. And falling at Basgiath is not a metaphor. Those who survive the Parapet enter the Riders' Quadrant, and surviving the Parapet is the easy part. The quadrant is divided into 4 years of study, but study is the wrong word. It implies safety. What actually happens inside those walls is closer to controlled warfare. Upperclassmen who can challenge you to a fight that might kill you. Training that pushes past every limit a human body has, and the constant weight of knowing that bonding with a dragon is not guaranteed. You can go through 4 years of Basgiath and leave with nothing, or you can go through 1 year and not leave at all. Now, the dragons. This is where Fourth Wing separates itself from every other dragon story you've encountered. These dragons are not mounts, they are not pets, they are not loyal companions waiting patiently for their chosen human. They are ancient, intelligent, and deeply selective creatures who choose their riders, or don't, based on criteria no one fully understands. A dragon looks at you and decides whether your life is worth continuing. The bonding happens at the Threshing, a brutal event where first-year cadets stand in a field and wait while dragons circle overhead. If a dragon finds you worthy, it bonds with you. If none do, you leave the Riders' Quadrant. You survive, but with nothing. And if a dragon decides it wants no one at all that day, it kills whoever is closest. The bond itself, when it forms, is not gentle. It tears through both rider and dragon like lightning. A psychic connection opens between two minds. Emotions bleed through, pain transfers, and if your dragon dies, you die with them. This is not a partnership of convenience. This is a tether that ends only when one of you stops breathing. Each dragon carries a different elemental affinity, and the element your dragon controls determines what power flows through you. Fire dragons bond with riders who channel flames. Lightning dragons create riders who hold storms in their hands. Earth, wind, ice. Each element creates a different kind of soldier, a different kind of threat. But the rarest, the most feared, the ones that make even veteran riders go quiet, are the shadow dragons. Shadow dragons bond with riders who can manipulate darkness itself. Called shadows in common tongue, these riders are whispered about in corners, distrusted, watched. Because the power they carry is not just destructive, it's invisible, unpredictable, and nearly impossible to defend against. And in the world of Fourth Wing, things that cannot be controlled are always, eventually, feared. The political structure of Navarre runs through the War College in ways that take most cadets years to fully understand. The commanding general of the college holds more real power than most nobles outside its walls. The War Council, a group of high-ranking riders, functions as both military leadership and political force. And the kings of Navarre have learned, over generations, that the people who control the dragons control everything else. Which makes the Riders Quadrant not just a school, it is a mechanism for producing loyalty, or, when the system fails, a mechanism for producing revolution. There is one more piece of this world that changes everything once you know it: the wards. The magical barriers protecting Navarre require power to sustain. Enormous, continuous, draining power. And that power comes from riders, from the bonds between dragon and human, channeled into the wardstone network that keeps the venin out. What most cadets don't know when they walk across the parapet is that they are not just training to be soldiers, they are training to be fuel. The venin themselves are something the books slowly peel back, layer by layer. They were not always monsters. They are what happens when someone draws power from the earth itself. The wrong kind of power, from the wrong source, for too long. It corrupts, it hollows. It turns a person into something that feeds on life to keep sustaining itself. And they have been trying to break through the wards for longer than Navarre wants to admit. So when Violet Sorrengail, General's daughter, slight, bookish, not built for combat, is forced across the parapet instead of entering the Scribes Quadrant where she always planned to go, she walks into a world that was not designed for her to survive. She walks into the Riders Quadrant. She walks toward a dragon who should not choose her, and toward a shadow rider named Xaden Rierson, who has every reason in the world to want her dead. What she doesn't know yet is that the world she was trained to trust has been lying to her since before she was born. That is the world of Fourth Wing. Not a school story, not a chosen one prophecy, not a clean war with clear sides. It's a world built on secrets maintained through blood, on power that corrupts the moment it's misused, on bonds between creatures and humans that are more intimate and more dangerous than any marriage vow. It is a world where the most brutal thing is not the monsters outside the wards, it is the system inside them. If you want to go deeper, next week we're breaking down the magic system, how signet powers work, why some riders develop abilities their dragons don't share, and what the books hint about the true origin of rider magic. Subscribe so you don't miss it. And if this world already lives in your head the way it lives in mine, leave a comment with your dragon's element. What would you be? I'll see you in the dark.